Hello. Yeah, I'm on a little earlier today because I have lunch with my parents later, so just want to get this out of the way. Oh wow, that's rough. I would have. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, I can't really do that because that's what I'm doing. I'm walking right now, but obviously, I'm only going 3 miles an hour, so it's like not crazy intense. And because I'm actually like trying to actually play my game, I can't do anything crazy with that either. But like it also, if I try to make it too difficult, I would probably never end up doing it. Because like I have weights. I mean, like I have hand weights, and I like should do like bicep curls and shit to like try to keep some things balanced. But like I just, even though I have them, I just never get around to actually doing it. So I just have a hard time getting myself to do shit like that. Oh yeah, I just looked this up. But yeah, I'm just too lazy. Even though like just doing like bicep curls is super easy and like it would take no time, I'm just like I just forget. Like, well, I think it's mostly just I forget. Like I have the stuff. I mean, and if I got into a routine, it would be easier. Like it's kind of like why I'm able to do my walking regularly, is because like it's part of my routine. Like I do my Genshin Dailies every day because I just have to pop in and do it. So it's like, well, I'm already doing it. Even days I'm like, oh, I don't feel like working out at all. I don't feel like walking. I'm like, well, I'm going to be doing my dailies anyway. Like whether I'm walking or not, I'm going to be doing my dailies. So it's just like, well, I might as well just get on the treadmill and walk while I do them. Even if my dailies are only going to be like 15, 20 minutes or something, it's better than not walking. So it's easier to do it like that. And I guess I just need to get in the habit of doing the same for like bicep curls and shit. Well, I mean, it wasn't even purely just Genshin. It was, like, I also do it for Final Fantasy 14. Basically, any sort of game that I was, like, logging in every day for. So, like, I play Final Fantasy 14. There was, like, sometimes, so some days I won't do my Genshin dailies on stream. I'll do my, well, I mean, actually, I still will do my Genshin dailies, but, like, sometimes, some days during my walk, I'll do my Final Fantasy 14, because there's a weekly thing. There's a weekly thing to do, so there's a week, yeah. So I have this weekly thing for Final Fantasy 14, and so there definitely are times where I'll be like, screw it, like the week is reset. I'll just do my walk while I do that. So it's really just any game that I'm playing. Because for the most, like, I mean, I obviously won't do it like for the difficult games. Like Final Fantasy 14 is not really super action combat-y. It's just like you select a target, you cast your spells and shit. There is some movement shit. I actually got really lucky. Like, I think last week or the week before, I got like 3 of those billets. So like 3 of, like I got, and then 2 of them were back to back. So I did one thing and I got like a sword billet. I did another one, I got like a claymore. And then there was one, then I did a third, didn't get anything, but then I got another one on the 4th. And I was like, god damn, like, that's ridiculously lucky. And very unlikely. I mean, yeah, so I got a claymore, I guess I got a catalyst. Basically what I'm trying to do is I think I've made a lot of the crafted weapons, but I haven't made all of them. I made all the bows, because for some reason I just keep getting bows. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely weeks where I just go without getting them at all. That's just kind of how it is. Like, this is what I have after 3 years of playing. So I've crafted a bunch of shit. Obviously, there's the free stuff you get as part of some of the rewards and stuff. You get, like, a variety of things. I think, like, the Fontaines, Sumeru, Inazuma have given you some of these for free as, like, from the trees and shit like that. But yeah, eventually over time you will stockpile them. And I've made a ton of weapons. I'm really low on spears, but yeah, like I think I've made every single bow. Maybe, did I not make the slingshot? I think I might have even made the slingshot, even though I know I'm never going to use it. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, no, the prototype crescent. So, yeah, slingshot is a one you can actually find. Yeah, like even this bow, the prototype crescent one, which I know I'm never going to use. just because it's weird. Like I don't know if all enemies have weak spots, so I don't know how reliable this is. But even that, I R5 the compound, I R5 the new Fontaine one. I mean, some ones I R5 like. There are a few craftable weapons that are actually good, and so I'll work on those first. Oh yeah, this one. I think this one and I guess I made this one too. Yeah, like these two are actually kind of useful. Like I already had a character in mind who would use them. Like obviously the Hanagumi looks really good on Sarah, and I think I forget why I got this. I don't even think Akole had this for the longest time, but I just had some extra billets, so I was like, yeah, screw it. I just keep getting bows. Like I've made almost every bow or every single bow, and I still have 5 gold and 5 of these. So it's just like bows are like the thing I get the most of. And even though I have 5 of other ones too, like I think there are still a few craftable weapons that I haven't made yet. But I kind of want to keep 5 and 5 just in case, because like Natlan's coming up relatively soon. I mean, I guess we're only halfway there. Cause I think we're on 4.4 now. I think I heard that we're gonna have a 4.8. So then it'll be 5.0 after that. So we're kind of halfway to Natlan. But obviously with Natlan, when Natlan comes, there's gonna be new craftable weapons. So I kind of want to make sure that I have them in case something is good. But you never know. It's just kind of preparing for a rainy day. Sometimes you get lucky. Like, yeah, the other week I got super lucky, but then you can go for like months or... I mean, I remember like when I first started out, everyone was complaining. I was complaining. They just never seemed to drop. Like, and the second you get one, you're like, okay, cool, I can advance my, leeway. I can finally advance the rank of this and that. Like, I had the... Oh, actually, yeah, I could make the prototype Claymore, but like, because I mean, especially in the beginning when you had no weapons and stuff, everyone was just like, oh shit, like I want to make this crafted weapon because it's, good 4-star, and it's a 4-star that I can refine, unlike the 5-star weapons. Because back in the game first came out, the weapon mana was even worse than it is now, because all it did was there was no guarantee at all. It was just like, yeah, you pull, you have a 33% chance essentially to get the weapon you want, and there is no pity. Like there's no guarantee to get the weapon you want. Like the Staff of Homa is really bad, because the Staff of Homa was like something that everybody wanted. Like Hu Tao came out, everyone liked Hu Tao. Staff of Homa was perfect for her, so everyone wanted to get that weapon. And then people got pissed because they would either get the Wolf's Gravestone, or they would lose the 75-25 and get like one of the standard banner weapons. So it's like, yeah, you have to win the 75-25. So you have to win the 75% to then have a 50-50 chance of getting the weapon you want. And of course, there's just tons of people who are like getting absolutely screwed on the weapon banner back in the day, because they would like be getting like tons of copies of the Wolf's Gravestone and not getting the Staff of Homa. And now at least there's the pity. So now you're only going to get screwed twice before getting it on the third time. It's still kind of shit, because you still have to pull essentially a maximum. You still have to pull like 3 times. So you have to spend like 3 let's see, what was it? 80 hard pities for the weapon banner. So you have to pull like 75 times on average for every single weapon. So it's going to be like 220 pulls, which is crazy, because like 220 pulls essentially is a guarantee to get a 5-star character. And it's like, yeah, 5-star characters are cool, like, because they're fun to play. You can run around with them, have some fun. they can change your playstyle, but like a weapon never really doesn't really change much. It just makes a character more powerful, but like not a crazy amount. Like getting a completely new character that you really, really need, that can like change a ton of stuff. It can enable a lot of builds you couldn't, like a lot of team comps that you just couldn't possibly do. Whereas a weapon's not going to change much. So yeah, it was super expensive. Really, it's just kind of more of a whale tax, especially because the pity doesn't carry over. Like if the weapon banner pity, that like 5, if the weapon banner if this epitomized path pity carried over, then that would actually be fine. I would say, yeah, that's cool, whatever. Like that's better. Because even if you don't get it, like if you just have enough primo gems, you want to try your luck on that, you can try it. Okay, cool. Have a nice shower. I'll probably be, well, depending on how long you take, I'll probably be done by then. I'm just gonna do this, and then maybe however many weeklies I can do until I'm tapped. I guess I can only do 2, assuming I get 2 resin in soon, but I probably won't because it takes way too long to get resin. But yeah, if only the weapon banner had that epitomized path pity carryover, then I'd be cool with it. Because it's like, yeah, you could just be like, oh, well, I'll just pull a weapon and try my luck, and you don't get it, okay, whatever, right? No harm, no foul. You tried. You shot that 1 in 3 chance of getting the weapon you wanted, and maybe you didn't get the weapon you wanted, but maybe you got something that's okay, and maybe is good on another character, but. And then you know that, oh, your epitomized path you can use it at another instance. Like you get that epitomized path, and then maybe you pull for a weapon on one banner, don't get it, so you're like, cool. It sucks, but whatever. And then maybe the next time you have some primo gems, you pull on the next one and don't get it, and then you have at least the epitomized path, so you could guarantee that the third time you could get it eventually. In all honesty, Mihoyo really should do that. Mihoyo really, really, really should just not have that epitomized path pity reset with every banner. Like the fact that it resets is more whale bait than actually helpful. Like it's helpful, sure, but like because it's better to have it than not. But simultaneously, it's just not really that good. Yeah, I mean, like, it's better because if you have the pulls to pull the weapon banner 3 times, sure, like, that's great. But like most people, aren't really planning for that type of stuff. They just kind of want to get the. Because like it's like I guess I want the weapon banner, the epitomized path to work like the character banners, so that even if so essentially like, because Genshin will give you like, because Genshin will get you the pity for the characters. Because for characters, it's just like it works the correct way, where it's like, oh, okay, even if you can't get the character now, you can eventually get the character at some point. You know that, oh yeah, like you'll eventually get it. It's like, yeah, you can pull on a character of this banner. You don't get it? Cool. At least you're getting, your next 5 stars guaranteed, right? But that's the sucky thing about the weapon is that you do get that guarantee, but only if you you only get that guarantee if you do it. If you do 3 10 or 3 5 stars in one banner, which is like, that's expensive. And it's not really free to play friendly. Essentially, it's just more whale friendly because the whales are the ones who are going to have the primo gems and going to be like get their shit to pity and are able to get those guarantees. And most free-to-play players are just going to go on weapon banners because even if you get screwed on the weapon banner, you can still or even if you get screwed in the character banner, you, 1, get a character, and 2, your next character is guaranteed. Whereas if you pull on the weapon and don't get it, and then you can only afford 1 5-star, then you're essentially screwed. Because that epitomized path pity that you got is now gone. So I've always kind of advocated that what MiHoYo should do is they should just remove the epitomized epitomized path timeout, essentially. They should have their epitomized path just carry over. Because it wouldn't be hard, because they're the ones who actually set it down to 0. Like they're the ones who reset it every patch. Or every banner comes out, they go in and reset it to 0. Like, it'd be easy just to say, okay, well, let's not set it to 0 when we do this. And I think they might need some extra little check, because what happens if you're already at 3? Or what happens if you're already at 2 pity? Like, you failed twice, and the banner swaps, and you haven't set the path, and then you continue to pull. So maybe they just have to put a check in so that you cannot pull on the weapon banner at all if you're until you've set the epitomized path. But that doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem that hard to add in a little check. Add in a little check for that shit. Because it does flag it, but I think I can still pull even if I haven't set it. I mean, I have set it, so I can't really confirm it. I guess I could cancel the course, but yeah. Or even still, just put these weapons also in the shop, and you can only use epitomized path tokens for them. Actually, no, because you want to win it, right? Because if you have 2 tokens, then you could immediately redeem for it. And if you have 3 tokens, that means you got fucked 3 times instead of 2. Oh, well, actually, that'd be still fine. Trade it for 3 tokens. If you get fucked 3 times, then you have these epitomized path tokens that you can redeem in the shop for a weapon. That would be nice. I think they should do that. But, I mean, it's whatever, right? Hundreds of people are going to say stuff like this. And for the most part, I mean, even them changing the weapon banner and adding the epitomized path is rare because, MiHoYo games typically have never really cowed down to public opinion for shit like that. Honkai Impact 3rd remained the same for pretty much its entirety. Maybe adding new banners and banner types, but the stuff banners that existed before still exist. And it's still done the same way, costs the same amount. So, and then even in Genshin, Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, both basically the systems they came out with have remained the same since release. It's once they have the system in place, they don't really ever seem to change it. The Genshin weapon banner was the only instance where they have changed it. Although I haven't I'm not sure how much Honkai, because I know Honkai Impact 3rd now, or at least I started playing around its 3rd year anniversary, so I don't know how it was before. I heard that there was this greedy dude who's current game developer or current like game designer or like lead guy of Genshin, who used to be in Honkai Impact Third, and there was a whole big thing about, oh, Honkai Impact Third is better for you, it's nicer, it's less greedy, and I'm like, no, people who are saying that are lying and stupid, or lying or stupid, really, or both, I guess, because it's like, no, like Honkai Impact Third sucks. It is way worse than Genshin. Like Genshin, the 10 pull is 1,600. In Honkai, it's 2,800. And if you're looking at the shop, the crystals you buy are the exact same cost. You get the exact same amount of crystals. Like, so if you're looking at the $100 pack, a $100 pack in Genshin gets you the same amount of crystals as the $100 pack in Honkai Impact Third. But as I said before, Honkai Impact Third it costs 1,200 more crystals to pull a 10 pull. So it's almost double the price. Double the price for a 10 pull, almost. But the crystals you get, the crystals you can buy, you get the same amount of crystals. So essentially, $100 in Genshin gets you like four 10 pulls, or no, maybe 4 or 5. Let's say 5, right? $100 in Genshin gets you 5 10 pulls. $100 in Honkai Impact Third gets you like 2 or 3, or like 2.5, something like that. So it's like yeah, it's less bang for your buck. And you might be like, well, that's you paying money, right? Yeah, that's you paying money. Just don't spend money. It's like, well, the problem with that though is that sure, that's when you're spending money, but like all the rewards you get from events and stuff are relative to that cost, right? So like Genshin, if you don't spend any money, I think you can get like 6,000 or so Primo Gems for free. Like just doing the events, doing your dailies. If you get the Battle Pass, you get a little more. And if you get the Battle Pass and the Welcome Moon, you get like 9,000 a patch. And that's like, oh, cool. Like that's almost a 5-star, right? Almost, like maybe 2/3 of 5-star. And even if Honkai Impact Third gives the exact same crystal rewards, like it gets the same number of crystals, those crystals are worth less because you need to pull more. So it's like, yeah, so it's just inherently bad. It's inherently worse. And some people might be like, oh, well, that was a system created by the guy who did the same system for who is now the lead designer of Genshin. No wonder that's how Honkai Impact Third was designed back in the day, and they just haven't changed it. Fine. But then you just got to think about it like, okay, well, what are you getting for your value? Like, what are you getting in Honkai Impact Third? Well, I honestly don't know why people think Honkai Impact Third is better, because like it costs more to 10 pull. The weapons and equipment are like 2 to 3 times more necessary for a character than in Genshin. Like, you don't have to get a 5-star character's like weapon. It's good, obviously. You get like a little increase, maybe a 10 to 20% power boost. Maybe a 10%, really, 10% power boost for getting the weapon. But like in Honkai Impact Third, a character with their weapon and stigmata, which is essentially their armor, if you get their weapon and armor set, they're like 2 to 3 times more powerful. And it costs you 200 pulls to guarantee that you get their weapon and all 3 pieces of armor. So 200 pulls, it's every 50 pulls you're guaranteed to get one of the 4. You could get it earlier, obviously, but like think, that's the hard pity, 200. This is 200 pulls that you need to do to get their full, and that's not the character at all, that's just purely their equipment. 200 pulls, and remember, each of those 10 pulls is almost twice as much, costs twice as many crystals as Genshin. So like that's what's so crazy. The equipment is far more necessary, it takes more pulls to get it all, and each pull costs more. And people are saying that Honkai Impact Third is more generous than Genshin. Like, dude, fuck that. Like, even if you're talking about like the event rewards, what the event rewards get you is dog shit. Like, the 4-star weapons, essentially, the weapons and equipment they give you as part of events is terrible. Like, it's just categorically worse. Because the weapons and equipment you get as part, like for the character, have these bonus effects that synergize well with that character's playstyle, whereas the ones they give you for free usually don't have set effects. So like the armor has an intrinsic effect for the armor piece, as well as a set bonus. And usually the armor pieces they give you as part of events don't have set bonuses, and the intrinsic effect doesn't really synergize well with each other at all. And the intrinsic effect is usually even worse too. Well, not really worse, but like it's not tailored to anybody. And usually they're not that good either way. Like even if it just happens to work well for one of the characters, it's usually kind of shit still. So it's just like, yeah, people who are saying Honkai Impact 3rd is better don't play the game or are dumb. But anyway, that's all I can spend on this for today. I did my daily, so I'm going to log out. I'll be on later tonight to play more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.